Victorians, owners here with another episode of Let's Learn Bobs and Angels. So, after the end of the last episode, I have duplicated our little iron plate smelting situation here. So now we've got two lots of this setup, and that is producing a fair bit of tin coil, iron sheet coil. Yes, something like that. Let's get rid of some of these ingots. You know how it is, just gotta keep dropping stuff in. Anyway, and we have now got a fair bit of iron plate coming in here. I did have the calculations for these incorrect before, so I've added a few more. The big problem was I had based it off crafting time of 1, and of course the crafting speed of 1, sorry, and the basic assembler has a crafting speed of 0.5, so these have a crafting speed of 1, but this is a 0.5, so I needed to double that. So I've got 2 for each, and this one occasionally gets a little bit over, but not very often. Anyway, as you can see, I've also upgraded these to yellow belts, so we've got a fair bit of belt of iron available. It's basically just one yellow belt really split over 2 at this point, but I've also added in this steel here to just stockpile steel because we were using so much of it. Our iron is backing up, and the reason for that is, if we jump over here in the map view, we are just totally out of tin plate. So we've maxed out our belts of this level, but we're not going to need tin plate to make the stuff we need for the next level, and that's a problem. The other problem actually that I encountered while I was doing it was this backup of slag, and to get over that I just threw some slag into a crusher to make crushed stone into stone, and just boxing that as a quick dirty solution to get this out. Now, unfortunately for us, this isn't going to last forever. So what I am doing is, or it looks like it has completed, is I was researching slag processing. So this is what we're going to have a look at today. We're going to figure out what we can do with this slag to actually maybe make it meaningful. So let's jump on into FNEI, and let's see what slag can happen now that we have slag filtration. Here we go. So slag and sulfuric acid turns into slag. Sorry, we'll have to figure out how to get sulfuric acid, but this happens in a chemical plant. There we go. Alright, now slag slurry can be used to make mineral sludge and sulfuric wastewater, and we can just void it. No, cool, that's great. Voiding is actually honestly pretty good because we've got so much slag, but I'm sure this mineral sludge has to be good for something, doesn't it? Oh, and there we go. Alright, so we can actually turn mineral sludge back into ore. Wow. Okay, so that is a really nice thing. Okay, so this is what we want to set up, don't we? Well, let's get out of map mode because that's an annoying pan. Metallurgy, no. Metallurgy, casting, nope. Barreling, just kind of guessing where it is. Petrochemical, chemical plant. I mean, we need a few of those. Let's go jump back in here. So this needs, well, we need sulfuric acid, and it does in a chemical plant. All right, so we actually need sulfuric acid. Let's see how we make sulfuric acid. It is with sulfur dioxide and water, or sulfuric acid. Well, let's go with sulfur dioxide gas and purified water. So that comes from sulfur and oxygen. Sulfur comes from hydrogen sulfide. Sulfuric wastewater we can bring back in. Sodium sulfate. So hydrogen sulfide is from catalyst. None of the stuff that we have actually enabled. Hydrogen sulfide comes from hydrogen sulfide gas. Well, okay, we might actually need then okay, we can do sulfur processing too. green metal catalyst. Alright, let's just jump back in here. Alright. Sulfuric acid. Can we make it the old-fashioned way? No we can't. So we definitely need this sulfuric acid. And we have research sulfur processing, so we should be able to make it. Why can't we make this? There's a lot of stuff that we haven't researched. That one doesn't help us. Okay, so it's this one. This is the only recipe we have access to. We've made oxygen. We're doing oxygen up here. So where do we get sulfur from? It's hydrogen sulfide. Sulfuric wastewater, which we will be producing. And that's it. So hydrogen sulfide gas, we don't actually have access to, even though we've unlocked it. Comes from... Well, that doesn't actually help us, I don't believe. Alright, so where would we get acid gas from? I feel like we're actually locked behind some research here. Alright, let's... This is what we need to get. And so we can actually do it with coal cracking. Oh man, maybe not with coal cracking. Well, this is an interesting conundrum that we find ourselves in if we can't make sulfuric acid. So that was definitely the only way that we have available. The other way is advanced lead smelting. Really? Interesting. Okay. Advanced smelting, making ingots and sulfur dioxide gas. We didn't do that with the smelting we have down here, did we? No, there's no burnable gases off here, is there? How's our power going? It looks really slow for some reason. Oh yeah, oh boy. Alright, our power has taken a deep burn. Let's address that, shall we? Alright, and we can do that by upgrading to some increased boilers, because why not? And for that we need steel. Steel and boilers. And what do we need for boilers is iron and stone. Alright. Luckily we have a big chunk of steel. Yes, we do. Alright. So let's upgrade these ones. How many have we got here? Oh no. Okay, so now I can see the problem. Alright. We're actually out of coal. That is a totally different problem, isn't it? Alright, let's just grab all this unnecessary coal here. Okay, well, there we go. Is that one okay? Yep. Yes, it is. That one. That's a little annoying, but that's alright. Alright. That should be ample amount once we actually get our power sorted. Alright. Let's go drop all this coal up here and get this back up and running. Easy. Alright. There we go. Anyway, we might as well let's look what our power does now. We are just making it. So let's do that. How many of these do we have? We have 20. That's fine. 20 using 30 a second, which is, yeah, that's right. So we can have 20 of these. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So what I want to do is make 10 of these, and that's very expensive. 20.8 steel. But that's okay. We'll make those and those. Okay, so we need. Does that use the previous steam engine? It does. Well, how about we make 10 of them and 5 of these, and our iron is the problem. But that's okay. We've got a little bit of iron starting to back up. We've actually got. Okay, what I want to do actually is just set this up a little differently. I want to force as much out this way, so we get that kind of thing, and then we'll balance it there. So this way, this will lock up first. If there's any kind of disparity between here, then we'll get some backup, so we can do that. That's not really helping us at this point, though. All right, we are out of research for now. Mining drill Mark II. That actually could be an interesting thing. So let's grab that. All right, let's just go and grab some iron plate. There we go. And how many of these do we made? We made 3. We need 2 more. And then we'll just we'll very slowly go through the process of replacing these. This is just a horrendous craft time, isn't it? 10 steam engines. Let's get rid of all of these. No. All right. Because we've got 1 boiler and no steam engines. Did we not make any? Did I cancel all the steam engines? All right. Well, that is a pity. Okay, well, let's go with that again. 20 regular steam engines. That is, yeah, it's just a lot of crafting. Looks like, yeah, we were halfway through. Man, I can't believe I wasted that. Anyway, and then we've got we need 7 more of these. Okay, that is going to be a lot of crafting. And I needed 7 more of these. 5, 6, 7. Cool. All right. We'll let this sort itself out. And while our power is correcting itself, I should probably upgrade that to a higher level belt, shouldn't I? How much high level belt do I have? I do have a fair bit, so let's just do that. I've got extra miners now, that will be good. Large area mining drills. I don't really want a large area because we're just going to keep doing everything else. Advanced refining. So look, what other refining? Advanced ore refining here gives us a new iron ore listing from Gibbelite. The mineral catalyst. Produces 4 iron ore. So that turns sapphirite and gibbelite into only iron ore. How interesting. That could actually be pretty handy. We'd have to find whatever the gibbelite is. I wonder, do we have trains yet? We researched trains. Why is trains showing in there? Okay, here we go. No, we haven't. There we go. All right, let's get some trains. Railway 2. What does that give us? Okay, well, we get our locomotive with this one. Yeah, cool. And signaling train stops. How do we get signaling? Smelting rail signals. There we go. Wow. Okay. There's some research that we will definitely need. Alright, let's, as I said, let's increase the throughput of this, especially if we're going to be putting our higher level stuff in it. The real question is, do we want to upgrade this coal to charcoal? Because what I could be doing is I could be feeding charcoal in here. Maybe that's what we'll do. Yeah, because this is fairly self-sustaining. Uses steam and produces charcoal, and we are using charcoal elsewhere. Oh, we're also just totally backed up on charcoal, so maybe that's a future problem. Handcraft is taking forever. So what other things can we think about while we're at this point? Well, our tin, this is definitely something that we could upgrade. But we would need to use this silicon somehow. This is actually another thing I had to add in while I was mucking around expanding, because our glass is backed up. We're not actually using glass for anything. And I don't even know what glass is used for. So glass makes a distillery. Ooh, make some alcohol. We do need a glass for chemical plant Mark II, electrolyzer Mark II, fiberglass board, which is presumably our next level of electronics. It's a lot of more advanced stuff, isn't it? Yeah, our current use of it is actually pretty limited. So having this as our only source of tin means we are just going to massively back up on glass, which is not ideal at all. Man, I really want to. I can't believe there's no other way to get sulfuric acid. That's just barreling. We don't want that. And that is a converter. Base game to angel mods. Okay, well that's no good. So this is the only option we have. So I don't want lead smelting, because that's going to make lead. Interesting. So that's sulfur processing too. Purified water and calcium sulfate, which comes from sulfuric acid. Hey. Well, that's a bit of a furphy, isn't it? That is our lead again. Yeah, this is just really disconcerting. Sulfuric wastewater. How do we make sodium sulfate then? Can we do that? Sodium hydroxide. No, we can't. Alright. That's a lot of stuff we don't have. Acid gas is something we don't have. Man, this is just seems like a problem. Raw gas. Gas processing. I think there are gas fields around. Maybe that's what we need to be working on. We don't want to have puffers. Yeah, so raw gas goes into natural gas liquids, which goes into a whole heap of gases. And then the acid gas is how we could get. Alright, so maybe that is a path we can go down. Oh, look at that! My research queue is finished. Not research. My crafting queue. Let's pop down some of these then. Alright, let's just do something like that. Oops, that's not a stone one. There we go. Alright. There's some water. How do we go the right way even? Oh, we're out of inserters. That's cool. That's cool, I guess. Alright, steam engines Mark II. See how this works with our power. And then the next time we need to upgrade power, we can throw in the other side, upgrade the other side. Alright, well you do need to go get some inserters. Now, let's have a quick look at the map. I'm sure there's gas fields somewhere. These are not gas fields, that's a gas field. There we go, alright. So that is where we need to get to for our gas field. But is there research I need to do for that first? Natural gas. Made from a pump jack. We do need to make some pump jacks. I wonder where that would sit. No, we didn't have pump jacks. Alright, let's search for pump jack. A pump jack. Beautiful. Alright, let's get you in the queue. So that's right, we're going to get some inserters. So, it's one of those things. We started off, we were trying to... I can't even remember what our original plan was. I think it was to get rid of the slag slurry, that's right. But we need sulfuric acid for that slag slurry to work. And that is just something we do not have access to at this point. So let's grab a bunch of those. Do I want any of these? I might at some point need a filter inserter, but honestly the ability for splitters to filter these days is kind of making a lot of them redundant. Alright, we'll go put that one back in our power. Let's have a quick check of our power supply. It has not increased. Why is that? Did I not connect it up fully? It's definitely connected. Why is this not working? I think that's possibly the reason. There we go. Alright. Sure someone spotted that way out. Oh, that's huge. Huge increase. So we'll do the same to the other side. What's the water supply of these? It's still 60 a second? Yeah, 60 a second. Excellent. Yeah, there we go. And now that the steam's maxed out, yeah, they're really throttling down. That's good. So power's good for a while. We'll rip these up. Look, honestly, never leave a job half done, hey? That pole is required to be there. Yep. Oops, there we go. Alright. Now let's get 10 of these, and we need some more steel. Always with the steel. Might have to ramp that up at some point. Yeah, 20 of them. Cool. Alright, well there's our research queue done again. Pump jack research is going. We're probably going to need a lot of steel for that as well, so we'll just let that handle itself. I feel like we've achieved nothing this episode, and that is a really bad feeling. This is all actually backed up. Why is this all backed up? Is it? It is. It is our stone. All right. Let's upgrade. Let's upgrade our stone belts. Awesome. We can get pump jack Mark II straight away. What does this require? 5 steel. And this goes up to 45 steel. Ooh. Mining speed 2, mining speed 1. Interesting. We'll probably just stick with those for now. But let's not let our research go to waste. Oil burning boiler. What? Doesn't actually say the difference, but I guess it burns oil. Water treatment 3, saline water from regular water. Salination plant. Ooh, interesting. Chemical plants. I'm sure I've already got chemical plants somewhere, but might be something like electrolysis. We're going to need that for batteries. Automation 2. That could actually be pretty good to get the next level of assembly machine. Let's just throw that in there, throw that in the mix. I should probably get some of these other researchers that actually lead into other things. Brass smelting, interesting. That doesn't lead into anything, that just is large area mining drills, which will probably come into play maybe later, but that is more of that stuff. Electro refining. We'll wait until we actually need that, I think, for that. More inserters. Yeah, let's get that too. Alright, back to the task at hand now. It's just so easy to get distracted. Alright. Okay, let's be a little bit more intelligent about this, and let's put these in the hotbar, because I'm going to be using these quite a bit. Alright. And like that. One of you. We do have this all just going into one belt, which is a bit of an issue, isn't it? Nope, don't want that. That was a mistake. There to there. Let's get this going again. There to there. Alright. There and there. Give me churning through these. But this is very much a important thing to be doing, to be using up this stuff. That is already yellow. Yep. There we go, and we are actually using this. That needs to be upgraded as well. Alright, and that's all good. Okay, so to finish off this rather disappointing episode, let's pop these back in. There we go, let's get rid of whatever coal we have on us. Alright, pop in steam engine 2s. Arg. There we go. Let's get that. Get my sideways action moving. Alright, then the last 5 come in. Alright, our power production should be way above what we need. Because these double the production. It's 900 kilowatts for a steam engine 1. Yes, 900 kilowatts, and these are 1.8. Which is lovely. And likewise for these guys. Max consumption 1800, max consumption 3600 kilowatts. Bang. Finish these off. Beautiful. Alright. We have our power good for a while. Good for a while, provided these miners keep going. We've got inserters stuff happening. Research is just flying, and I feel like it is getting out of hand. But we need to, I think next episode we will hit up the natural gas. That is what we will do. Ooh, more inserters. Alright, let's have a look at that, what that actually gives us. Fluid handling is going to be needed. There it is. I'm just looking at what the other things that it brings on. Electric engines, so that's definitely going to be needed. That's going to be needed for batteries. Fermentation, no. Heat pipe. Burner heat source. Nuclear power. Wow, that seems a long way away. Landfill, we'll need that. Advanced ore refining, yeah, we'll get that one. Chrome, cobalt, advanced copper, sure. Metallurgy 2 is just a better machines. So much of this smelting. There's sulfur processing 2. We'll get that because that will. It doesn't actually really help us because that recipe requires calcium sulfate, which is made from sulfuric acid and an ore. So yeah, we still need gas, and that is what we are going to handle next episode. So I'll spend a bit of time. I'll get some pump jacks sorted and built, so we're not wasting too much time getting all that together with the old handcrafting queue as it was, and maybe we'll train it. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to handle it. It's not that far away, so we could just pipe it, do a filthy pipe run at this point. But yeah, maybe trains. It's probably time we actually started thinking about trains, and we can do that in some kind of movement. It's up there: thermal water, crotinium, bobonium. Just have a quick scout around. There's some more saphirite, rubite, coal. Yeah, there's a few things in the vicinity. Multi-phase oil. Interesting. There was Juvelite was the thing that there's more thermal water. I don't know. Well, sure we'll get to those as we progress further and further. But for now, we'll leave it there. I think I'm going to try and have a bit more of a plan, honestly, for the next few episodes, because this one, yeah, felt a bit meandering, a bit undirected, and hopefully you bear with me, and we'll start getting a bit more focused on the next few episodes. So drop your thoughts down below in the comments section, and I'll see you tomorrow.